When I woke up the morning of the walk, I had a million questions going through my head. Over the last 13 months, have I trained hard enough? Am I focused mentally? Am I ready physically? Have I done everything I needed to be ready for today? How much pain will I need to endure? What if I don't do it? All these questions were rolling around while my adrenaline was starting to get up, my anxiety, and a little bit of self-doubt. It was a bunch of mixed emotions that were competing for my attention. The day was about to begin.
Growing up, Dave's had lots of obstacles that he's had to overcome over time. I can remember starting back with his surgeries. He had a number of surgeries at a young age where his legs were operated on. And those surgeries meant that he would have to have casts from his waist down to his ankles. And if you can believe it, a broomstick in between his legs so that they would keep the legs perfectly still as well as apart. At such a young age, he went through that painful experience more than once. And I can't imagine what that felt like to be that immobile for that amount of time. And the whole goal behind the surgeries was to give Dave better mobility. Sometimes he gained a little bit, but sometimes the surgeries didn't go as planned. And that's why he had numerous surgeries throughout his young life.
Spending a lot of time in hospitals growing up, and I remember watching Terry Fox do his walk on TV when I was in the hospital room. I remember saying to myself, once I get finished with all these surgeries, I'm going to make sure I make every moment count and really live life to the fullest. So setting the 5K was one thing to push myself individually and be examples to others. But the other was to really pay tribute to somebody that motivated me when I really needed motivation, going through all the pain and stuff that I did. So I wanted to set something that I couldn't easily grab, that I had to continually reach for, to struggle, to really keep myself in that uncomfortable state of wanting to push myself further. People have asked me, how do I go through the pain of dealing with my disability? How do I go through the pain of training myself and overcoming that pain as I'm trying to better myself? How do I get over the frustrations and challenges? Because I had experienced this when I was younger, I'm more apt to do it now, and it doesn't seem as much. When you've already been through hell, every other day seems like heaven.
With his mom and dad, particularly his dad, Al, he was always one that instilled a lot of independence in Dave. His mom took great care of Dave, and Al tried to curtail a little bit of that as Dave got older, because he always knew there was going to be a time where Dave needed to fend more for himself, or think about how he was going to fend for himself, because he always knew that Dave was going to have his own life in whatever shape and whatever place that was going to be. Al was always his dad, but at the same time, he was a bit of a life coach, but not in a choreographed way. I think it was just the way that Al led his life.
I remember growing up, we had stairs in our house, and despite me asking my dad many times to build a ramp, he never would. I would just continue to climb and struggle up the stairs. A couple of weeks before he passed away, I remember asking him why he never built that ramp for me. He said, I'm not always going to be around here to build ramps for you, so you're going to have to learn to climb and struggle yourself. I didn't know what it meant at the time, but as I get older, I'm starting to understand what he meant by that.
Thanks for coming out with Dave. This is awesome. We're so happy and proud of Dave for all he's done, and for all of you to be out here this morning. And I would just love to get a picture from the before you guys get started, from the official starting official tree.
As the walk was about to begin, My heart was beating a million beats a second. My adrenaline was flowing. My muscles were twitching. Looking all around and seeing how many people came to take this challenge with me, to walk along with me in this journey that I started. I started this 13 months ago as an individual goal. It has become a wider kind of support group, a kind of thing where everybody wanted to see me achieve this, that wanted to believe in me. The last 13 months that started out as stubbornness is now it came into devotion and became a community thing. I'm there with my friends, my family, my wife, and Alex, my trainer. We were going to start this journey. I was moving from the impossible to the possible with every step. Every step got me closer to achieving this. The time for working out was over. The time for self-doubt was over. The time to walk was now. What I'm hoping to accomplish is somebody can get this and get hope, get motivated, get doing something. Life isn't perfect. Life won't ever be what you want it to be. But you gotta make it the way you want it to be. So if somebody can somehow be inspired, do something with their life, whether it's a walk, whether it's to study something, whether it's to do art, whether it's to do anything, hopefully it'll get them to really live life to the fullest and enjoy it, because we only have a limited time on this earth and we need to make the most of it.